Chris wanted us to talk about really inequality as well as touch on a bit about mental health issues that may affect us as artists. And I just wanna, I didn't really prepare for this because I want it to be a free-flowing thing and get just a feel from the ladies especially, firstly about inequality. Let me start with you, Lee. Have you realized, have you experienced, do you still experience any kind of inequality in our industry?
Dumelang, le kae? Re gona. Inequality, right? I don't think female creatives, singers, producers, DJs get the same respect as male creatives. That's why I had to start my own movement or organization for female DJs or singers or artists. So I don't get the same respect as you get the same respect. And we are all humans. We all do the same thing. So our industry, it's ngari choosy, ngari male-dominated industry. So most people still have that mindset already. Because she's female, we can't give her the same respect as we give Lesego respect. So sometimes I feel offended because there was a time where I hosted one of my movements, #remember she in Senton, 2 years back. Mostly, my movement is mainly on female DJs, but I get to accommodate male DJs to support the female DJs. So these two guys came to me, told me, I'm sexist. Why do I feature only female DJs? I was like, when you go to events where there's only male DJs, do you say the same thing? I don't know. So why do you call me a sexist? Why do you have to give me titles when I'm only doing what other people are doing? I'm trying to change the game for female DJs, but still people are trying to block us from doing that. So sometimes I get offended, but then I'm okay with it now because life goes on. So I don't think us as females get what you guys get. You have the privilege and you guys get so many opportunities, but with us it's different. It's totally different. So sometimes we have a logo, but we just keep it moving. So yeah.
Yeah, and for me, it's not a, like you said, nobody says that when you see a lineup, nobody's like, why is there only male DJs
exactly.
there? And nobody actually ever says a male DJ. People will be like, I need female DJs for this. But are we getting better, Soulbee? Are we getting better in a situation here with regards to the inequality? Is it something that's getting better? Is it getting worse? Are you yourself still experiencing it?
Hi, everyone.
Can you get the mic this side? Hola.
Hi, everyone. I think back then it was a bit difficult for us because it was, a male-dominated industry. I remember when I started, I first learned how to DJ before I could even decide to DJ full-time. I think back then I was scared or didn't know how to go about into the industry because I thought it's just male, in the industry. But when I heard people like Bo, Lady Leah, Bo Tops playing, they kind of paved a way for us, for some of us, to start and, to be DJs. And it really played a big role to me. But I must say now things have changed because I've met a lot of dope female DJs, and I can't really say how now it's still male dominated because there's a lot of female DJs out there. You know, some of them, you know, they still underestimate their value in the industry. You know, they still need us to push them. You know, just to say, you know what, it's okay, you can still do this. I think they're still nervous and they still feel inferior because of, you know, people who are already in the industry, especially male. You know, the other thing is, every time when someone does an event or a gig, it's a problem for us because when they do a lineup or they, you know, think about the DJs they want to put on the lineup, they always, it's male, guys are always the first preference, no matter what. We are always the last option. Or we only get booked when it's like the August Women's Month. That's when they start want to book us, you know, user, which is very unfair. I feel that, you know, our work should speak for ourselves. We should not be booked because it's Women's Month or it's Ladies' Night or whatever. I mean, like I've said, I've met a lot of dope female DJs, and again, I've met a lot of male DJs who have so much egos but can't even put a mix together, you know. There are better DJs out there, like female DJs who are even better than male DJs that I've met, you know. So I think it will get better. It's getting better. It's not there yet, but it's slowly getting there.
Can I add something on that?
Sure.
The only problem, guy female DJ, I don't see any female DJ. Oh, there's one, two. See, there's two female DJs. So the three, sorry, 4. So the only problem, the main problem, guy female DJ Kore, they don't attend events, they don't attend conferences. And then they expect us as the promoters or the event organizers to notice them. How am I gonna notice you if I don't see you anyway? We have time to watch TV, we have time to chill with our boyfriends or whoever. So if you don't go out and attend events, attend conferences, who must book you when you don't know you? So that's one of the problems about female DJs. And another thing, I think what causes that is chelete. Most females have financial challenges and they don't feel safe to attend events. They don't feel safe to attend with us, like the conferences. So I don't know how we can fix that. I really tried to open things for them. There was the time where I said, if there's any struggling female DJs that they don't know who to approach for gigs, send me an email and then I'll help you to speak to the promoters or the club owners for them to book you. So the emails that I got, they are not professional. And the problem, you can't send me an email, you know. So you must be very professional when you send emails, when you send your promos, you producers. So you must try to be professional, brief, and send important stuff like your press kit, your mixtapes. Like something that I'm gonna get easily, like even easy access. It's called change. Okay, where are you based? Where can I get your mix? Send everything, and then that's it.
Yeah. And the issue of professionalism, I think it does lack, you know. But I always say, if you really wanna learn, you need to be learning from what other people are doing. You know, check out other people, other female DJs who are already doing well. If you're a female DJ, what can you get from what they do? Not only just female DJs, but like just check generally people who are doing well. Can you do the same for yourself? But still, I want to get into this, still sticking to the topic, inequality, and bringing you in here, my brother, DJ Phobia, being somebody who's visually impaired, and I've also had a conversation with someone like DJ Kabila, you know, who's on a wheelchair, you know, he had an accident. Our clubs and our gigs and events in general, are they really catering for people with disability?
Hi, everyone. I would say that some clubs, they do, actually, like as far as I've been in the industry. Like they do cater for us, visually impaired and disabled, if I may say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to know about like you being in the industry like and for such a long time.
Sure.
Do you still feel that there should be more done for people, not only people
Disabled
like
or
yeah,
visually impaired. Yeah.
yeah,
No, sure. More should be done. I mean, when I started DJing, I wasn't given a chance to DJ at gigs. You know, I was asked, okay, how are you gonna DJ? You can't see. You know what I'm saying? So I think more should be done, man. Like more knowledge should be. People should have more knowledge, if I should say it like that.
yeah. And Lee mentioned earlier about being frustrated about not getting the same chances that are given to male counterparts. But I want to ask you, Soulbee, what are some of the things that really trigger mental illness and depression? Not only for female DJs, but just in general for DJs and people in the industry, some of those aspects that really trigger us mentally.
Yeah, I think one of those would be performance, lack of sleep, traveling. Okay, speaking about performance, we have this constant pressure that we need to always keep up with the performance, because for some of us, DJing puts bread on the table. So if there's no performance and there's no money, you're not relevant anymore. That means no money coming in. So it becomes really frustrating because, like I said, it puts bread on the table. So you have to find a way to always keep up with the performance, make sure that you're always out there gigging, you're always relevant. And traveling, people might think this is, glamorous, or might look at it as it's nice, going, to gig, but it's really tiring, jumping from one gig to another, traveling. It can really affect us a lot, especially mentally and physically, same as lack of sleep, not sleeping enough, going, from one gig to another, traveling long distance. Maybe let's say you drive here to Kuruma, next day you have to wake up in the morning, you already have another gig somewhere, you have to make sure you are on time, that's just, affecting us physically and mentally.
I'm hearing a bit of feedback, but with you, I'll get back to you, Lene, as well. Phobia, do you have triggers that are affecting you mentally?
Like as for me, like I do sometimes. I don't sleep enough, but like I don't really have much of a problem when it comes to doing gigs and stuff like that, because like this is what I love most.
You said you don't sleep a lot.
Yeah, I don't sleep a lot, because sometimes I do production, Yeah.
Cool. And
Yeah.
and what about you, Lee? Because I can imagine, for me, I would say that the other way around also, from compared to what Bibelo mentioned, does happen, like when I want to be gigging, but I'm not gigging, and you see a lot of people gigging and things are not really coming to you. And some of those things could affect, for me, they do affect me at some point, and I'm like, man, I should be really getting busy, but I'm not being busy. I'm not getting the gigs that I want. How do you handle with, especially not getting enough interest?
Okay. Coronavirus, it really affected us, the DJ, because there were no clubs opening, like grooves and what's so not. I can't say there's something that I can do the only thing that I can do is use my connections, the connections that I've created to get gigs. Say maybe I have 4 connections, say maybe from Pretoria, Gurumani, KZN, and Bloemfontein. Then I approach those people because I approach those people, guys, I get a gig, I get a 1, 2, 3, I don't have money. Can you please hook me up a gig? Like about 3,000 yana just to buy things or want to keep it sharp. And then if they approve and then I go to the places, get and then go home and go to the next gig. People mentioned the traveling really affect us. I think I travel a lot, like long distances, to the point where it affected my left knee because of fatigue. I don't sleep enough. I'm not on drugs to keep me going for the gig change. So the only thing that I do is drink water and rest. That's why when I get to a gig, I play till maybe like 5 minutes, 20 minutes, I leave because I need to rest. I don't have time to groove and gain where, so I just leave so that I can get enough sleep for the next day or for the next gig or for the next week. Because for me, it takes me like 3-4 days to rest. I want to keep it sharp.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Lee mentioned drugs also. Especially as in our industry, we're exposed to such things, where there's alcohol and drugs, and especially when you don't sleep a lot, you travel a lot, there's a lot of temptation where you end up taking, alcohol to help you loosen up, drugs to keep you awake, So I'm saying that, we are exposed to such. So you really need, one needs to be really focused, especially not to fall into that trap. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's an important one, especially alcohol, and drugs. As much as I wouldn't tell people not to drink, but you really keep it at a low as much as you can, especially at gigs. It might seem like an easy thing, you're having fun, but wait until you're doing 5-6 gigs in a night. If you're drinking every day like that, at some point your body will tell you. You will find out. Yeah, or rest. Before I ask you about your movement and you, Soulbee, about your posse there, go Pretoria. Let me ask you, Phobia, what you are working on, what's coming. Is there anything we can look up to?
I'm currently working on my EP, which will be dropping sometime next year.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I have my own radio station called The Funky Experience. It's an online radio station. That's where I get to, play out of my own music and then play other, feature guest DJs every weekend and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm also doing production, and then, I'm also a sound engineer. So, yeah.
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 Cool. And Soulbee, please tell us about, I know you've got recently opened up a new venue in Pretoria, the Beehive. Yeah. Tell us about that. How is that going?
Oh, yes. Last year, Feb, I started Beehive. That's when I started with the construction. But I was supposed to open this year, end of March, but due to the COVID, I couldn't open. So I feel like Corona owes me money, I lost a lot of money. So I only opened in September. So far it's been doing well. So Beehive is just a spot for people like us who enjoy listening to deep, soulful house music, lounge, jazz, So I opened that spot because we don't have a place like that where we can go and listen to music, where we can just chill. It's always these other genres. So that's when I decided to open a spot like that. So yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know if I was a DJ after this session, I'd be asking for something.
Yes, and it's also an opportunity for those female DJs, new in the industry. So if you want a slot, give me a call.
Propeller slots.
Yeah.
Cool, cool. You also have a movement, Remember Sheen. How is that going, and what is really the purpose of your movement? How does it work?
Normally, I target female DJs who are still new, upcoming, and those who don't get enough opportunities like I did. I don't want female DJs to go through what I've went through in the industry. So it makes it easier for them to. I'm very approachable when it comes to gigs. When they approach me, like, I play this kind of music, whatever, whatever. So they need to send a press kit where they are based and their guest, their mixtape, so that I can listen to whatever that they play. That regards with time slots. Deep house, I'm not soulful on my piano. So I'll need that's very important. So far it's going okay since things have opened up, but Corona things were very slow. So now things are really better, like Logi Sharp, no. And then I approach pub owners or even organizers, so to host my sessions there. I used to have a resident to go House 22, so I needed to spread my wings even more in further. Breaking A1, so that let me just spread this, spread there, and then a book female DJs who are around that town, coming with other female DJs, and then leave a combination of king music and the female DJs. Yeah.
Nice one. Let's get some questions, guys, by show of hands. Let's start here, my brother. Cool. Welcome to you. You can use my mic here.
Welcome to your guests. It's not so much a question as, just trying to, find out from you. I think representation is very important, first off. Not just, having someone who offers a different narrative, but just broadening the scope in terms of what customers and consumers expect from the market. As it is an industry, after all, it's not confined to a specific, idea or identity. What do you expect, from everyone else in terms of, Lee mentioned, how people always try and put you in a corner as, a female DJ and expect you to also give ups to people who are already given an advantage. What do you expect from those who are already in the industry in terms of male DJs, producers, engineers, in terms of the industry as a whole? What do you expect from them to help those who want to start off, who don't match the mold of what is currently already known in the industry?
Are you asking me?
I'm asking all three of you.
Okay. Now I'm just asking for respect, guys. Respect what I do as much as I respect what you do. Yes.
Yeah, I think that's most important. I don't think we expect anything. It's up to us to work hard, to make sure to put our work out there. It should speak for ourselves.
All right. And in terms of, us being in COVID, I do kind of think it is an opportunity for a lot of people to, take time to learn and see how things develop. For those females and people with, different abilities, what would you recommend to them to look into, in taking the opportunity now to getting themselves out there, to better present themselves and get into the industry? Thank you.
Don't do what you did before coronavirus. Don't be creative. Don't do the same things that you did before the virus. Do things differently. I think that's all.
And it's okay to make mistakes, you should learn from it. So I think mistake pushes you to do better.
Yeah, and keep pushing, eh? Never give up.
Afternoon.
Hello.
I also do a lot of interviews, generally with artists. I wouldn't say from which genre per se, but what I've come to pick up from our culture as dance music and other cultures, maybe as a classic example, let me use hip hop. Ne? The artists in hip hop, they don't define whether it's a female MC or male MC. They just be like, I'm an MC. Yabon? So I think with our culture, there is still that mindset, that you, as much as you are on the decks, you are being classified as ladies. I think it's a gender equality issue. So for promoters out there, for people who curate whatever is happening currently in our game, we need to be mindful of the fact that there are DJs before there are females. And I think the baiting is also on you as an artist. The manner in which you present yourself. Because we can talk and talk and talk, but if there's no action in the content we are putting out, then it doesn't make sense. Amapiano sells because they are swearing and they are showing a lot of, what's this? They're showing a lot of skin, And we are fighting with the issue as a country, gender-based violence. But the visuals, the image that we are seeing in our media, it doesn't really help us in any way. Women are still portrayed as, a possession of some sort. So I think it's deeper, but let us be conscious and mindful of the fact that we still have to change a lot of people's mindset when it comes to how women in South Africa are viewed and valued. Thank you so much.
Can I please add on that? When I approach promoters for gigs, because sometimes I don't wait for them to approach me because I always say, I'm a female DJ. This is what I do. I'm a female DJ. Narana, you need to be taken seriously when you say you are female. If I don't say that, I'm not taken seriously. So this thing, like he's saying, is very deeper. So I think we really need to be taken seriously as much as you guys are taken seriously.
Lee, correct me if I'm wrong, ne? I think if you are different or if you are unique in a way, it's easy for you to grow, right?
Yeah.
So I think with female DJs, since it was just a few good female DJs, it was easy for you guys to grow. Was it not?
It wasn't.
Why though?
Male DJs think they own the industry. And Frank Knuckles said, if you think you are bigger than the music. So if you think or you are bigger than the music, you are finished. So male DJs think they own us, they own the industry. So for me, I'm speaking for myself. For me to start everything from scratch, it was not easy at all. Especially people that know me from home. DJ, but they don't book me, even when I approach them. Guys, this is what I do. Can you please give me a chance? But no, there's people also who, outside the pub owners, people around home or people around the hood, they'll bad mouth you or whatever. Sorry. And then comes a male DJ. I'm play better than him, but he's given chances because and then what happens? It's not easy. Even though things are not easy, but we try not to give up because we love what we do.
Yeah, it's definitely not easy, like Lee's saying. I don't like being called a female DJ because music is for everyone. Music is universal. It's not a guy thing. So, we all, when we are behind the deck, it's like we all doing the same thing, I would play a song and then he would come and play the same song. We did the same thing, you understand? So hence I'm saying, I don't like being called a female DJ, but it's like every time we have to say female DJ, like Lee saying, having to speak to promoters, sometimes she has to mention that thing of she's a female DJ. But I wish we could get to a point where we don't have to do that anymore, you know? And, you know, comments like when you play, you go to a gig and you play a beautiful set, and then people were like, "Hey, Joe, mujita. What is that?" You understand? It's like really irritating, you know. Just give a compliment. You don't have to say, you know, mujita. You know, it's not necessary. Just say good set. You know, that's all. You know.
I mean, even for myself, it's not easy, but it's all about hustling aggressively. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure that you're out there.
Hello.
Hi.
So from my side, where I'm from, there's an interest in females to be DJs. But
Where are you from? Utsago guy.
Brett, Majagane.
Oh, okay.
So the issue is equipment and everything like that. Because for Reina to start playing, it was hard. We started carrying speakers, you know, going around, not playing, accompanying the person who has the sound, who will always play. So for females, I don't mean to sound like a general dude, but the issue a female will not go around carrying speakers and walking late nights.
I used to carry speakers, sorry. I used to carry speakers. I used to monitor sound where I used to be a resident DJ. If it's like dark 6 I took monitor the whole night. About chase a little via. Like I plug like a speak. So I used to do that.
No, kudos to you. Because most of them, when I tell them, well, okay, approach this guy, you know, Maro Oto Kukisari Pigar and make you peck sound and all that, they'd be like, no.
But
so,
if it's something that you love, you should definitely do it. I don't see why you shouldn't do it. If it's something that you really want to do, you should go all out, you know.
Okay, so then, for those who want to learn to play, what can you do for them? Like, how can you help them get into the industry? Like,
I always get a lot of calls or WhatsApp or text on Facebook, people asking me to teach them. At the moment, I'm not able to teach or help them in that manner, but I always recommend a few people, like DJ Mix. Mix has a school, you know, and if there's anything that they need besides learning how to DJ, I always assist where I can.
No, I don't teach, sorry. I can't teach. It's a spiritual given gift. It's like, you know, you can't teach someone that. So now I can't teach, I can only guide. Okay, Soulbee, so she has a place, she has CDJs. Go to her and out to so. There are so many schools that can teach you how to play, how to produce. They don't want to pay to be DJs. They don't want to pay how to be taught to be producers. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've also realized that a lot of upcoming female DJs, they're very lazy. They are very lazy and they don't want to attend events like Lee said, you know, and networking is very crucial. You need to, you know, make contacts, you know, meet people that inspire your role models. That's the only way, you know, it will definitely help you to get into the industry and it'll make things easier for you. So if they're lazy, they're just sitting around, they don't want to attend events, you know, and all that, how are you going to, you know, learn more about the industry and, you know, get to make contacts and, you know, networking and all that? So networking is very crucial.
Okay, hi everyone. Now what I want to say is just an addition to the respect, what you've mentioned. New as I am, I'm trying to push, but the males, in most cases, for a chance, they would want to propose by Feria. And then if you deny, then the lights are level. So most of the DJs, but to get into bed with you first before they can book you, which is wrong. So my plea to the guys, respect us, because we cannot be opening our legs just for a gig.
Yeah.
Hello. My issue is I want to understand the mind and the perception of a promoter. You understand? When you approach a promoter, I think we should also understand where they're coming from. And so we also understand, okay, when I'm approaching a promoter, how do I actually achieve the gig? So I don't want a slot, I want a booking. So what are the steps for me to go and be like, promoter, this is 1, 2, 3, and this is, so you can avoid being exploited and given a chance?
You must also, as much as you approach a promoter, you must also offer something. What are you offering to the promoter? Are you going to bring business to the promoter or to the venue? So if you are not going to do that, at least say, can I please play for free, and the next time you can pay me. But most DJs don't want to do things for free. I don't know why, maybe because Labana or something, I don't know. But you must also offer something to the promoter so that you can be given a chance to play at that place. Promoters don't really want to risk their monies on DJs, especially if they don't know you. So it's a win and a lose. Yeah.
And it's okay to take those free gigs. We know to get to where I am now, I had to do a lot of free gigs. And it was okay for me because I wanted to get my name out there. And it really worked out, really well for me.
Even myself, I still do some free gigs here and there, to build my name.
Free kick.
Thanks again for the opportunity. Ne? It's true, you have to go knock on doors. If you see a flyer popping in your hood and you believe the value that you offer, you can go and play for free. It's fine, you can do that. We have had talks like this. People can say, maybe they can give you petrol money like Gom said, Mawan. But there are promoters who will tell you, I know that you have 5,000 followers, because most of us, when we bargain with promoters, we tend to tell them about the number of people who are following us. So look beyond that. If it's a major event, don't mind to say, I'm willing to be a curtain raiser. But that might not be enough. You'd find that you are a DJ, but there are other things that you're doing around your DJing career. Whether it be merchandising, whether it be what. You need to also bring that to the table. Soulbee now has more value because she has a venue. If someone wants, say, maybe wherever, Komzanzi, she knows already she has numbers in her hands. So that is also important, to try to use what you have around you, not only your DJing skills. Because now being a DJ alone, you all know it's no longer enough. And we can't all be DJ producers. So you need to be DJ something, Aaron Mudim. But then I think those will begin to open for you.
To add on that, numbers get you endorsements, not gigs. So when we have 10,000 followers, go Instagram, go Twitter, and then, or maybe 20-something, 30-something, and then you are verified account on Instagram or Twitter, it gets you endorsements, not gigs. That's why we are going gigging. Not all those numbers get to your gig. The numbers get you endorsements. How you approach promoters, it's how you get gigs.
Do we have any other questions? Let's take one more question and then break for lunch.
I just want to add on his points regarding numbers. I think what he was...
It's a her, not he, it's a her. Oh, that one. Sorry.
Yes, regarding numbers. So the numbers game don't necessarily mean that's the number of people who will attend. Sometimes it's just getting the event out there. Like his 3,000 might not reach, but his 3,000 might show it to another 3,000 or 200 who might pop. So when you go and discuss numbers, also discuss that. It's not only about people who will pitch up to the event, but it's about getting it out there. And if people see that, okay, this place has a certain event, maybe they didn't know that such a place existed, they also get to see that, okay, there's a place. So numbers will also work in terms of marketing and getting everything out there. So they can also be used as a tool of some sort.
And also with those numbers, you can pay ads. Go Facebook, go Instagram. You pay ads. If you have maybe a gig or an event, you pay ads. You choose like countries or like your target market. Say maybe your event is around in our country. You choose cities where you have what more can target. And then when you choose those game places, you also choose the age group, and then you pay, like it's up to you for patala 10 randa, 20 randa a day, and then that ad is gonna be promoted on your Instagram, on your Facebook. That's how you get more numbers to your events.
Yeah, and to be honest, like this thing of approaching promoters, like people shouldn't be shy to approach, whether it's clubs or it's promoters or whatever the case may be. I know established DJs who still do approach people. Like we approach people if you've got a tour that we're working on or something like that. Obviously, it becomes easier if you have an established name. But even if you don't, like we all start somewhere. Lee does events sometimes in Durban. She would go to Kuruman, but it's all about approaching people and saying to people, "This is what I'm bringing to your venue. This is the value that I'm bringing." Just to add on to the question that the lady has asked, like, what do promoters really want? It's more also about value that you are bringing onto the table.